Our next break is a 2025 Gold Rush Sensational Signatures Lumber Baseball Bat Series 2 6-box case. Random 3-player group break number 1. Let's go ahead and jump over here. It is a random 3-player break. We're going to randomize the spots 5 times, then the checklist 5 times. From there, we'll pair up the 2 lists so that every customer gets 3 players in the break. Customers will receive any and all bats from their players. There are 20 spots, 6 hits. Some spots will not receive a hit. All right, so we'll go over here. There are the 20 names. And 5. We have Josh at the top, Kent at the bottom. There are the 60 names. And 5. We'll take the top 20 here. And the middle 20. Guys, break number 2 is up on the site. I think a few spots have sold already. I just listed that one whenever I got into the office a couple of hours ago. Listed it while this one still had a few spots. So. We have Josh with O'Neill Cruz, Jackson Merrill, and Don Mattingly. Garrett with Bo Jackson, Gary Sheffield, and Ellie De La Cruz. Michael with Jay Buhner, Brooks Robinson, and Marcelo Zuna. Leonard with Ernie Banks, Luis Robert, and Willie Mays. Daniel, Ken Griffey Jr., that is, Rafael Palmeiro and Tony Gwynn. Eric with Scott Rowland, Fernando Tatis Jr., and Manny Ramirez. Whenever I copy the checklist over, sometimes it cuts off the junior, and I don't know why. I fixed it for Acuna and Tatis and Vlad. I just missed it on Griffey. So that is Ken Griffey Jr. Again, Eric Rowland, Tatis, and Ramirez. Steve with Wade Boggs, Harmon Killebrew, and Kyle Tucker. John with Mike Trout, Ryan Sandberg, and Hank Aaron. That's a nice combo. Leonard with Gleyber Torres, Pete Rose, and Steve Garvey. Josh, Brian Reynolds, Joe Torre, Bartolo Colon. Garrett with Sammy Sosa, Ronald Acuna Jr., and Ichiro Suzuki. 3 incredible right fielders there. Eric with Cal Ripken Jr., Albert Pujols, and A.J. Burnett. Garrett, James Wood, Mookie Betts, and Sebastian Walcott. John with Gunnar Henderson, Juan Soto, and Al Kaline. Connor, Hideki Matsui, Larry Walker, and Bob Gibson. Josh with Ted Williams, Ryan Howard, and Barry Bonds. Garrett, Adley Rutschman, Big Papi, and Alex Bregman. Don with Yordan Alvarez, Andre Dawson, and Jesse Winker. Daniel, Frank Thomas, Jose Ramirez, and Corbin Carroll. And Kent with the Cecil Fielder, Julio Rodriguez, and Vlad Guerrero Jr. All right, some incredible names on this list. Good luck, everybody. All right, first bat. I guess technically, if I cut my finger off, I get to go home, right? After a pit stop at the ER. How'd you get a 2.5-day weekend, Steve? Like this. All right. And our first hit was the last name to appear on the random. It is Vlad Guerrero Jr. I like the blue ink on the bat. That's neat. Don't see that often. The name is on the other side there. And it is JSA certified, as it does have a JSA certificate. Vlad Guerrero Jr. On this end. Vlad Guerrero Jr. goes to Kent. There's the marker. Box number 2. Don't recognize the signature. Maybe I do. I think I know who it is, but I don't want to say it. I'll just look at the paper. That is going to be... I would have been wrong. That is Ryan Howard. That's a nice hit. Ryan Howard. That is not who I would have guessed on that one. I can see it now that I see the name. I like that one, Ryan Howard. And Ryan Howard was part of that real good trio. That goes to Josh. Yeah, Ted Williams, Howard, and Bonds all in the same slot there. Box number 3. This one is Beckett certified. Looks like it's just 3 Ys. Not sure on that. Maybe because I'm reading it upside down. It is Jordan Alvarez. Jordan Alvarez. And he goes to Dawn. First hit for Dawn there. Yeah, I got to start turning these over and reading them the way they're supposed to be. Looking at them upside down, they are really hard to figure out who they are. Well, I know who this one is because there's a sticker on it. Right on the top. It gets its own tube inside a tube. This is going to be our case hit. This is going to be Willie Mays. That is a Willie Mays special bat and signature. It's got a full JSA letter of authenticity. And Willie Mays goes to Leonard. I don't think Babe Ruth is in this one. I don't think there's ever been a Babe Ruth in the Gold Rush bats. They've had Babe Ruth in the Gold Rush baseballs before. I don't think they've ever had him in the bats. I wrote Willie Mays on that instead of writing who gets it. Yeah, they've got Hank Aaron in here. They've got Bonds. They've got Willie Mays, Trout, Ken Griffey Jr. There's a lot of big names, legends, and current players. Well, this one has an inscription, which is a dead giveaway here. The inscription is "Raise It," and it is Brian Reynolds. Brian Reynolds of the Pittsburgh Pirates with a "Raise It" inscription. If you don't believe me, there's the paper. Brian Reynolds is going to go to somebody in the break. Let me find out who that is. Maybe I can find it on here quicker. Brian Reynolds goes to Josh. That's the second hit for Josh. So Josh had multiple spots. And he has multiple hits. I almost wrote Reynolds. Jamie, I like that product. I thought it was better than the basketball Cosmic Chrome. And I think it's on par with the baseball Cosmic Chrome. The basketball will be better once there's a license. The 23-24 kind of suffered because it was just basing it off the rookies that they signed. 24-25 comes out next week, the first one of those releases. It still won't have the license, but I'm curious to see who they have. That's pretty low for a Willie Mays. Yep, they got me stumped on this one. This one's JSA certified. I have no idea who that signature is. We're going to take a look here. Oh, I did know that. After I looked at it in the camera, I was like, it might be Sammy Sosa. It is Sammy Sosa. So another legend, Sammy Sosa. There's a lot of legends in that one. We'll go back over it here in a moment. But nothing wrong with that case at all. Sammy Sosa. It's hiding from me. Oh, it's right underneath the Brian Reynolds. Goes to Garrett. All right, let's do our quick recap. We had Leonard hit the Willie Mays. Josh hit the Brian Reynolds and the Ryan Howard. Garrett with the Sammy Sosa. Don with Jordan Alvarez. And Kent with Vlad Guerrero Jr. So a really nice case there, in my opinion. I thought that was a good one. A nice mix of current players. I guess there was, yeah, 3 current players. With Vlad Jr., Jordan Alvarez, and Brian Reynolds. You've got perennial all-stars there. And then 3 legendary players. Willie Mays, Ryan Howard, and Jordan Alvarez. Or, Sammy Sosa was the other one. So, yeah, really good. Willie Mays, Sosa, and Howard were the legends. I like that case a lot. We do have case number 2 up on the site. Be sure to grab a spot in that one. Upload this video to YouTube, and we're going to get into our first round of personals, and there are a lot, so we'll grab all those. All right, thanks again, everybody.